Big breaking news coming in. Prime Minister Security Lapse case in Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has appointed 4-member committee into Prime Minister Security Breach, Registrar General, High Court to submit all the records to the chairperson. That is the latest coming in right now. This is being heard in the Supreme Court. As you already know, Anisha Mathur is now joining us for the latest. Anisha, bring our viewers up to speed. The Supreme Court has appointed a 4-member committee into the Prime Minister's security breach. Who all are a part of this particular committee?
Well, Charity, the Supreme Court has appointed a 4-member committee under the chairmanship of former Supreme Court Justice Indu Malhotra. In addition, the DG NIA or a nominee of the Director General of the NIA, who will not be below the rank of an IG, will be part of this committee. Further, the DGP Security of Punjab, the DGP of Chandigarh, who was also initially asked for by the Supreme Court to help the Registrar General of the Punjab and Haryana High Court collect all the documentation and communication, will be part of this committee. And the Registrar General of the of the Punjab and Haryana High Court will also be part of this committee. The 4 members, therefore, are Justice Indu Malhotra, the DG NIA, the DGP Chandigarh, and the ADGP Security of the Punjab government, and the Registrar General of the Punjab High Court.
This is as requested by the Punjab government, a court-monitored probe, and please correct me if I'm wrong there.
Well, yes, this is something that the petitioners as well as the Punjab government had requested for, that there should be a court-monitored probe, because remember, both the centre and the state had expressed dissatisfaction and distrust as far as the committees set up by both sides were concerned. In fact, the court, in its order, has very specifically noted that there is a judicial impartial inquiry needed because the issues cannot be decided by a one-sided inquiry. And the fact that the court has made this observation that the issues cannot be decided by a one-sided inquiry is a very, very important point, as the court has asked this committee to not just look into what happened on this particular day, this particular incident. They have also asked for a recommendation on the safeguards required for the safety of the Prime Minister and similar constitutional dignitaries. The committee has not been given a time frame, at least as of now, but the court has asked the committee to file its report at the earliest. In addition, all the documents, remember, on Friday, the court had asked the Registrar General of the Punjab and Haryana High Court to seize all the documentation and communication relating to the Prime Minister's travel plans and whatever communication had happened between the Punjab government and the SPG on the day of the incident. And all of these documents have been in the possession of the Registrar General of the Punjab and Haryana High Court and will now be submitted to the chairperson of this committee, that is former Supreme Court Justice Indu Malhotra.
Absolutely. And also tell us a little about the bench and who all were a part of the bench, which was led by CJI Ramana.
This bench has been the bench of Chief Justice Ramana. The bench, in addition to him, the Justice Surya and Justice Hima Kohli have been part of this bench. We've seen the kind of arguments that were placed before this bench on Monday as well as on Friday, where we saw the centre claiming that there were prima facie lapses on part of the Punjab security agencies as well as the Punjab government, whereas the Punjab government had claimed that it is the SPG which ignored warnings. Now, because of this kind of allegations and counter-allegations that we've seen, the kind of political arguments that we've seen coming out from both sides, that the court has taken the stand that an impartial inquiry with senior officials who are well-versed in the process of inquiries as well as a judicial officer is needed in this. And what is very, very important here is, beside the fact that there was a security breach of the Prime Minister, this case has laid wide open the factionism and the fractionism that we currently see in the way the state and the centre are interacting with each other. In fact, in the way that the security agencies are interacting with each other, because we've seen here the SPG pointing fingers at the Punjab Police raising allegations right back at the SPG, and now the NIA has been asked to be involved, especially since the centre has taken the stand that this could have been something that involves international terror organizations. So a lot of things have been raised as far as this particular case is concerned, and with this committee now in play. We'll find out shortly exactly what happened, because the most crucial...
And when is the committee likely to submit its probe report to the Supreme Court, Anisha?
No timeline has been announced by the court as of right now. In the pronouncement of the verdict, which was barely 1 minute long, the Chief Justice has simply said, we expect the committee to file its report expeditiously.
Right.
No timeline has been pronounced so far. But
absolutely, no timeline has been announced so far. I want to take this across to Manjeet Sehgal as well, who's joining us from Punjab. Manjeet, are we getting some reactions trickling in as far as the story is concerned? The Supreme Court has formed a 4-member panel on Prime Minister's security breach. So this is going to be a court-monitored probe now.
Yes, indeed, Chetty. This will be monitored by the court, and senior Chandigarh and other officials have also been involved, are part of the committee, which will submit its report, but the timeline has not been decided yet. Then Punjab has also welcomed the formation of the committee and the Supreme Court decision to probe the allegations. As far as the Punjab government is concerned, Punjab Chief Minister and other leaders are of the opinion that there no security breach was in Prime Minister's security, and the police did its job. But as far as the ground reality is concerned, the FIR in this case was registered 18 hours after the incident took place. That too, there was no mention of Prime Minister's cavalcade. Sources say that the FIR has been registered under a normal IPC section like 283, in which the violators can be fined up to 200 rupees. So this is how the Punjab police treated the security breach issue. And as far as the officials who were entrusted the job of the security on part of Punjab is concerned, the then Punjab, the Bhatinda SSP had said that he had escorted Prime Minister's cavalcade till the jurisdiction of the Bhatinda district. Then there was the duty of the Firozpur SSP Harman Hans, as the breach, as the cavalcade was stopped in Firozpur district. So,
right. Right. This is a big development coming in after the India Today investigation as well. Anisha, I just want to take this back to what transpired in the Supreme Court. If you could tell us the kind of arguments that transpired in the Supreme Court, and finally, of course, the bench led by CJI going on to order this court-monitored probe.
Well, Chetty, we've seen the arguments that happened on Monday and on Friday when the court had initially taken up this matter on Friday. Both the Punjab government and the centre have raised concerns about what exactly was involved in this particular incident. On Monday especially, with the Solicitor General raising concerns that there could have been an international terror angle to this entire incident, that there were calls from an international organisation asking for action against the Prime Minister. This is something that was very clearly said by the centre, that they believe that prima facie there was a lapse by the Punjab administration and the Punjab police. The centre has also argued that the DGP of Punjab should have flagged that there was some sort of a blockade on the road which was not done, and the Punjab police did not do its job. On the other side, the Punjab government had alleged that the SPG ignored warnings that were given by the Punjab police, and in addition, the Punjab government had also said that an unfair probe against 7 senior officials, including the Chief Secretary of Punjab, has been started by the centre. Now, since both the state and the centre had admitted that yes, there was a breach, yes, there was an incident where the Prime Minister's convoy was stopped just about 100 meters from a blockade created by protesters on a highway, and the fact that both sides are claiming that adequate action was not taken. The centre had in fact read out the blue book with regard to SPG security, saying that it was the job of the state government to ensure that no blockade was there, and that if something was there, that they should have warned the SPG, they should have warned the Prime Minister's convoy. With all of these allegations...
I'm compelled to take a very short commercial break. On that note, Anisha, this is going to remain our top focus. This is the biggest story we're tracking here on India Today at the moment. Anisha Mathur with all the details, bringing you more on this in just about a bit after this very short commercial break.